Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn to Cook with Matt Graham. Today we are going to make my Chipotle Braised chicken tacos. We're going to make pico, we're going to make guacamole, we're going to make queso, we're going to make orgasms in your mouth. Let's cook some shit.
Alright, let's get the show on the road. We have a lot of work to do. We're going to start with one Spanish onion and we're going to give it the julienne cut. Next, we're going to grab 2 bell peppers. You can choose any color you want except for green. Don't bring green into this. It's not good enough. We're also going to do the julienne cut here as well. Next, I took 1 whole garlic bulb and gave it a nice fine mince. To get our spice mix ready for later, we'll start with 1 tablespoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of coriander, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and 1 tablespoon of chili powder. And we're going to mix it all sexy like. For our chicken, we've got 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and we're going to season it generously on each side with salt and pepper. In preparation for our pico and guac, we're going to dice a half of a red onion. Moving on over to our 3 jalapenos, we are going to seed and then dice them. Last but certainly not least, we have 2 bunches of cilantro. Just the leaves, no stems. All you stoners out there know what I'm talking about. We're going to give it a fine chop. To get going on our pico, we're going to start with 3 Roma tomatoes, seeded and diced. Add a 1/4 cup red onion, a 1/4 cup jalapeno, 1 tablespoon of cilantro, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, a sexy little pinch of salt, and then mix that shit up. Now, who doesn't love a good guacamole? If you don't, we're not friends. We're going to start with 4 medium avocados, pit them, and clean them. Throw in a 1/4 cup jalapeno, a 1/4 cup red onion, that's not redundant, 1½ tablespoons of cilantro, a half a teaspoon of cumin, a half a teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1/8 cup of lime juice. Add a little bit of salt, we're going to taste it later, and mash like you've never mashed before. Make sure it's perfect. If it needs a little bit more salt, you can always add more. Time to get cooking, baby. I've got my electric skillet on full blast, and I'm going to heat the oil until it's smoking hot to sear the chicken. As I add my chicken to the pan, I'll apply pressure to each piece with my tongs and move the oil around to ensure that I get a nice, even sear on each piece. Once we've got a beautiful golden color, we'll flip them and sear the other side. Remove the chicken from your pan and get ready for the peppers and onions. We're going to add them in and just sweat them off before we add our garlic. Season them generously with salt and pepper. Add the garlic, mix, and continue to cook until the vegetables start to get a little bit of color on them. Add the chicken back to the skillet and dump all the juices from the plate. That's the good stuff. We're now going to add our spice mix from earlier. 1/2 cup of lime juice. 32 ounces of low sodium chicken broth. And 7 ounces of chipotles and adobo. We're going to give it a good mix and bring it to a boil. Once boiling, we'll reduce the heat to very low and continue cooking for 1 hour. While the chicken is cooking, let's get our queso made. We're going to start by shredding 1 pound of white American cheese. We're going to heat our saucepan over high heat. Add in 1 can or 4 ounces of green chilies and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Mix and bring it to a boil. Add in the American cheese in batches until fully incorporated. American cheese melts really well. Add a little salt, but be careful because cheese is already very salty. Give it a little taste, and if it's good, give yourself a thumbs up. After the chicken is done braising, we're going to remove it from the pan along with the chipotles, bell peppers, and onions and shred it with our tongs. This chicken's going to be hard to pick up. It's going to fall into pieces. This is what it should look like just before serving. Now folks, you can build your tacos any way you like. You can even keep the queso and the guac on the side and eat them with chips. But this is how I like to do it. I like to start with my chicken and then hit each of them with a little bit of guac. Smother them in some queso. Garnish with pico and a little bit of the leftover chopped cilantro from before. And now it's time to eat.
And there you have my Chipotle Braised chicken tacos. Now if you guys want to go all out, head on over and check out my how to make flour tortillas video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well for future videos. Thank you.